Out of all the evidence that I've documented that can prove that the men on the cover of this book attacked the President of the United States and then suppressed or destroyed evidence to hide their own involvement, none is more credible or definitive than the FBI forensic exam of Booth's diary. And anyone who would like to challenge me on the findings of this book must first explain what was discovered by the FBI 37 years ago. Out of all the evidence that is stated in this FBI report as to how the diary was defiled, nothing is simpler to understand than the fact that the last page that Booth wrote on in the diary, right here, left impressions on the two sheets that are underneath it. But the FBI report also says that the impressions from the writing on this last page, June 29, can be seen on these three sheets that are in front of it, on top of it. There's no way in the world that Booth could have written this last page and left impressions on these pages underneath it and also on these pages on top unless this page was written twice. And so what that means is that if you take the diary and open it up, these pages would have to be separated from packet 5, just like this, which they were. So these are 4 sheets. These sheets were taken out of the book. They were separated from their other half, and then they were glued to the cutout sheets on these 2 halves. And the writing from this last page can be seen on these sheets right here, and also on the 2 sheets underneath it. There's no way that Booth could have done that. This page, not just this page, but these pages were written twice. These pages are copies, and there's no other explanation for it. And so that's a no-brainer. And so anyone who wants to dispute this will have to explain how the impressions from this page could have possibly got on 5 pages in the book with 2 sheets that were on top of it. Now, the FBI report does not specify exactly when this major alteration was done to these pages. It just says it was done at an earlier date. To find out exactly when it was done is in this document right here. And this is the impeachment investigation into Andrew Johnson's impeachment trial, where the diary became known, and they did an investigation, and you can Google search this and just go in the search box and type in whatever name you want, and the testimonies come up. And the Judiciary Committee launched their own investigation, and here you have Lafayette Baker. He's the chief investigator who put the evidence together for the conspiracy prosecution being examined by Congress, and he says that the diary pages were taken out of the book after Booth was dead. And so Joseph Holt, who had the diary the whole time, it was subpoenaed from Joseph Holt, was examined, and Holt said, no, that's not true. He said he had the diary the entire time and nothing was ever changed. And so if you go to page 285 of the impeachment investigation, and he made 2 investigations. One was in February, and this was April the 2nd, 1867, and he's being asked about this, and he admits that the diary is in precisely the same condition that it was when it came into his hands. And he had it from very soon as after Booth's body was brought back to Washington. So these 2 men who conducted the conspiracy investigation and trial are testifying against each other, and only one man could have been telling the truth. So it was never determined during the congressional investigation which man was lying and which man was telling the truth until the FBI forensic exam in October of 1977. And it definitively states that the diary pages were destroyed while they were in the possession of Joseph Holt by his own testimony.